Is it comfortable and sanitary to eat inside a bathroom stall? I'm sure you thought it isn't. Then why would a mother be forced to breastfeed in there or other gross settings when being in public? My name is Dan Moronis, and I'll be speaking about breastfeeding in public. I have exclusively breastfed my two children from birth to their first birthday, and I know how it is when breastfeeding in public and how others react towards it. You have probably seen a mother breastfeed in public or have an opinion about it. It is offensive for anyone to think that breastfeeding in public is wrong. Breastfeeding in public shouldn't have any restrictions. Instead, it should be looked upon as a necessity and human nature to breastfeed a baby anywhere. Let me start off by telling you why breastfeeding mothers shouldn't have any public restrictions. Some people might believe that there are many ways to manage not breastfeeding in public. However, they don't understand what mothers go through. You could say, well, why not just pump and put the milk when you know you're going to be in public? Babies that are breastfed exclusively only drink breast milk, and some won't take a bottle because they can know the difference between a nipple and a bottle. For example, my daughter was breastfed exclusively and hated when I would try to give her a bottle, even if she were super hungry, especially if it was formula. Many babies are the same way if they're breastfed, so giving them a bottle isn't really an option. The website We Have Kids under 3 ways to get breastfed baby to take a bottle states that after the 6-week period, most babies will want nothing to do with the bottle. Next, you could say, well, why not just breastfeed in your car or a restroom, a place where others won't have to see you breastfeeding? Like I mentioned in the beginning, if you wouldn't eat in a restroom, why would a mother sit in a toilet while others around her take care of their business? A restroom is a very unsanitary and unpleasant to the smell. It's also very unspacious to breastfeed comfortably, which I know from personal experiences. There have been many incidents where a mother is told to go elsewhere to breastfeed when being in a restaurant or store. It's an ongoing problem that people think it is fine to tell a mother not to breastfeed in public. The website The Guardian under breastfeeding says that it is illegal to ask a breastfeeding mother to leave a public place, but there have been high-profile cases of women being told to cover up. Or you could think breastfeeding in public is indecent exposure and no one wants to see all that. When I would breastfeed in public, I'd be the type of mother to cover by putting a blanket over myself. However, that was a huge struggle to do because my baby would get hot and fussy, and would start crying, let alone it would cause strangers to wonder what is going on or what was I doing, which would attract more attention to me, and I didn't like that. Breastfeeding isn't indecent exposure. It is a human nature just as a mammal feeds their young. No one looks at an animal feeding her baby and says or thinks, yuck, that animal should cover up or go elsewhere. So why do people think like that when it comes to women? There are women in magazines, television, and out in public that expose their bodies more than a woman that would be breastfeeding. And no one tells them to cover up. There's definitely a double standard when it comes to breastfeeding in public. The Guardian website, a survey stated 6 out of 10 women who breastfeed hide it in public, and a third feel embarrassed and uncomfortable nursing in public. That is because there are people who criticize and think it is wrong. America's sexualization of breasts is very, very wrong. I've shared some of the problems with having mothers not breastfeed in public. Now let me explain how we should normalize it. Just as it is legal for anyone to eat out in public, it is legal for a mother to breastfeed her baby too. No one has a right to tell a mother where she can or can't breastfeed her baby. According to the National Conference of State Legislatures, all the states but South Dakota and Virginia have laws that specifically allow women to breastfeed in public or any private location. The Breast Milk Counts website under Your Rights and the Law states that both Texas and federal law recognize breastfeeding is good for mom, baby, and the society. A woman's breast has one specific purpose, and that is to produce milk after a baby's born. The most common reason mothers choose to breastfeed is the knowledge that human milk is the superior infant food, which is written in La Leche League International under What Makes Human Milk Special. Breast milk contains some vitamins, minerals, antibodies, and fatty acids that formula doesn't contain. Mothers also benefit from breastfeeding. For example, it reduces their chances of ovarian and breast cancer. It helps them lose weight after pregnancy. It releases oxytocin, making mothers happy, and it's free. I would notice that while other formula-fed babies would get sick, my babies were clear of common sicknesses. Breast milk has many benefits, and in the long run, it is very beneficial to babies as they get older as well. It is important to do some research of breastfeeding and teach our children that it is normal to see a woman nourish their infants. It is not okay to shame mothers for breastfeeding in public. No one should go through being ashamed of feeding their baby. Even celebrities such as Mila Kunis has been shamed. If we go on the internet to search breastfeeding in public, there appears numerous reports of women being bullied, asked to retreat to bathroom stalls, or to even leave the premises. Thanks to social media and blogs, the shaming can now be brought more to light. Lastly, if we teach our children that breast produces milk for babies to drink, then it will make our future more understandable for mothers to breastfeed in public. Now that I've touched base on how to normalize breastfeeding, I have come to my conclusion. The restrictions others put on mothers to not breastfeed in public is absurd, and there are many ways to stop judging breastfeeding in public. Nursing in public is neither impolite nor sexual. We sadly live in a culture that's comfortable with exploiting breasts to sell burgers. Enough with the hypocritical calls for modesty. What would you rather a woman's body be portrayed?